welcome to a very, very windy Complex Family Sports Park in Talabadra on the coast. If we get blown away, follow the Yellow Brick Road. We'll be somewhere in Kansas because this is difficult conditions for the girls here today. The final day of Female Football Week, and it's because of Female Football Week that we're choosing to celebrate the female side of the game. And this match in the National Premier League's women's competition should be a classic between Gold Coast United and Capalaba, two teams that have genuine title aspirations this season under Alex Bandalo and Ski Hannifin respectively. Both come into these games off difficult results or contrasting results last time out. Capalaba suffered a 2-1 defeat away at Lions. Took an Amy Gunston strike in the 70th minute to break the deadlock after Cannon Clough equalised Billy Murphy's 5th minute opener. Gold Coast United, meanwhile, thumped Souths United by 4-1 here. 4-1 wasn't really a fair reflection, I'm told, by my spies who were here in the ground. No real surprises in the lineups for the two teams. Cass Safina will be in goal despite suffering what can only be described as the most Gold Coast injury of all time, a skateboarding accident in which has left her with a couple of butterfly straps on her face. In front of her will be captain Eloise Fry wearing the number 2 shirt, number 3 Momo Hayashi, number 7 Rika Tano, number 12 Zoe Corbett, number 13 Taylor Stevens, number 14 Charlie Farmer, number 15 Anita Lesh, number 16 Jade Lowe, number 17 Bella Habuda, and number 18 Joy Forsyth. Capalaba will line up with Jess McLean in goal wearing the number 99 shirt. In front of her Amy Chapman, number 5 India Kubin, number 6 Billy Murphy, number 7 Steph Latham, number 8 Tiani Karaluka, number 14 Natasha Wheeler, number 13 Abby Lloyd, number 16 Katie Cooperis, number 17 Tegan Thompson, number 22 Kelly Crew. Capalaba will be in the blue shirts and Gold Coast United in the yellow. It'll be the Capalaba Bulldogs who have the advantage of the wind in the first half, and I cannot underestimate just how much an advantage it is going to be for the team kicking from right to left as you see things. Cass Safina is going to have to be on top of her game in these early stages. The former Lions keeper, she's had 1 clean sheet from her 3 matches so far, coming against Moreton Bay United, the 10-0 victory over Moreton Bay United in round 2. You can hear, I'm sure, the sound effects mic and indeed my own microphone really going haywire with the wind. You'll be able to see the clouds racing across the field. It is that windy, and you'll be seeing plenty of long-range shots, I would have thought, from the team in yellow. It appears our referee is ready, and we will get things underway straight away. Gold Coast United going from left to right. The referee understandably unhappy with that because the ball didn't get touched and everybody ran into the opposition half. So we'll go again. Rikitano trying to be a little bit too cute. Instead plays the ball back to Momo Hayashi, and we go again, and there the effect of the wind straight away. The ball never finding its way across to Zoe Corbett, who's back in the starting lineup after coming on for a second half substitute last week. Here's Billy Murphy, who scored last week. Capalaba looked to play the ball forward to Chapman. Chapman has the ball taken off her by Louise Fryer, who launches it into the grandstand and clubhouse over on the far side of the field. But again, you can see the wind blowing on those flags, blowing on the girls' shirts. It's difficult conditions, to put it mildly. We'll have a corner first up and we'll see what Capalaba can do with that in these opening stages of the match. You do wonder whether or not just a ball into the middle will end up finding its way in of its own volition with assistance from the wind. We'll have our first long range shot here from Karaluka. Didn't get hold of it though, and it'll go out for a goal kick, which Cass Safina will probably want to try and play along the ground, because anything up in the air is just going to come straight back towards her. Very difficult conditions. I'll say it a couple of times, and I'm not just talking about the players. We're having to hold on for dear life up here on our scaffold. Of course, the new rules where players are allowed to be inside the penalty area to receive the ball will come into assistance here, and it's a good short ball by Zafina, but it's going to come straight back, and expect this to be the passage of play throughout the entire first half. Capalaba try and use the win. Tegan Thompson can't quite keep that ball in from Abby Lloyd, who was originally slated to be wearing the number 15 shirt. That was changed to a 13 shirt today, the former Brisbane Roar W League player. You do wonder whether Capalaba would be better off trying to close down Momo Hayashi when she receives that ball inside the penalty area. She goes long. Ball holding up for Joy Forsyth. Forsyth back inside. The Canadian Bella Habuda goes wide to Zoe Corbett. It'll be a throw in to Gold Coast United in the yellow shirts. Forsyth. Kitano. Neat 1-2 between Kitano and Forsyth. There might have been a hand there. There should have been a hand, and it was eventually given. Billy Murphy, the guilty party. Haired Momo Hayashi who's standing over this one. Difficult for Hayashi this. He'll probably want to aim towards the goal, and it'll end up getting blown towards the 4 Gold Coast United players lining up on the edge of the penalty area. Instead she aims it there directly. It's going to fall back though for Anita Lesh, whose effort just about makes it out for a goal kick. Simon Smale with you here in Talabudra at Coplix Family Sports Park. Gold Coast United against Capalaba. And it's very, very windy. Capalaba goes short. It's probably not the best way of doing things, but they will have the wind advantage. Kelly Crew playing the ball forward now. She'll want it back. Instead it's back towards Karaluka. Latham with a nice incisive pass towards India Kubin, off-season recruit from the Roar QAS. She's going to cut back inside. She wanted to find a teammate, tried to slide it all the way across towards Tegan Thompson. It finds its way there now. Thompson pulls the trigger, it comes off Joy Forsyth. It's going to hold up. Thompson goes down. It is a free kick, but I don't think Ree Kitano is particularly pleased with the decision. Tegan Thompson knew that the pressure was coming and just got her body between the ball and Kitano to win the free kick. Now this will be a test for Casafina. Not the tallest of keepers. It's a height issue for both shot stoppers in this match. Jessica McLean up the other end as well. Not blessed with height. It's swept in and it beats everyone. It's still bouncing around. Kubin fired a shot in. It's just going to be a corner. I imagine the majority of the play will take place in this half of the field, during the first half at least. Wasn't the best corner. It might be a goal kick. It's perhaps should be a goal kick. Instead it's going to be another corner. And Alex Mandalo down to our left, former NSL player with Wollongong and APL Leichhardt. Not best pleased with that decision. His team unbeaten so far this season, as that corner swept in, but it was well watched by Casafina and will be out for a goal kick. Interesting recent history between these two sides. Capalaba finishing just 2 points behind Gold Coast United on the league table last year, and yet still hosted the semi-final, which Gold Coast United won by a Ree Kitano strike to nil, 31st minute of that match, before Gold Coast United eventually eventually fell as the referee cops the ball to the face. Ricatano suggesting she was getting her own back for that foul decision, but went against her in the corner away to our left. But it'll be a drop ball in favour of Gold Coast United, who look to play the ball along the ground. Forsyth to Momo Hayashi, who normally goes aerial. She's going to do so here. Oh, the space and time in the world for Habuda. The Canadian who scored 4 goals in that 10-0 thrashing of Moreton Bay United just couldn't quite get the ball past Jess McLean. Well watched by Hayashi. Be out for a Capalaba throw. If it wasn't for the wind, it would be beautiful conditions today. Not too hot. Nevertheless, the wind it can't be ignored. Corbett just got her foot to it. She's going to try and front up on Thompson now. Thompson's ball inside was a good one in the end to Murphy. Murphy tried to thread the needle through to Chapman. Capalaba still in possession there with India Kubin, although she gives the ball away, and now Gold Coast United will look to break down this right-hand side, although the ball never found its way through to Corbett. And Tegan Thompson's going to go on a run, but she's stopped in her tracks by a well-timed tackle by Taylor Stevens. Murphy forward to Chapman. Chapman gets the ball back off the deflection. It finds its way through to Momo Hayashi though, and you'll not find a cooler customer than Momo Hayashi, even with the pink hair. Ball really holding up there. Tasha Wheeler didn't have to do anything except stop the ball. There's notes flying everywhere. I think that's from my bag. Wind now coming from behind us, it feels. So going across from the camera away towards the clubhouse as you see things, it's really swirling around. Normally going from right to left. Kitano just cops a little bit of a knock there and leaves it for Taylor Stevens to do the honours, the 24-year-old, former Palm Beach Shark. Play back forward by Karaluka though, former Olympic product. Finds it's all the way through to Casafina though. Corbett leaves it for Forsyth. Gets the return pass. Intelligent ball over the top towards Farmer, but far too heavy with the pass. Not quite getting their radar right. The wind will be having an effect as Chapman comes into her own half to get the balls. Challenged by Louise Fry. It'll be an intriguing battle between those two NPLW veterans. Chapman, having signed from Souths in the off-season, scored 20 goals last year, scored 2 in the 5-1 win for Souths in round 6 here at Coplix last year, so she'll have fond memories of playing here in Talabudra. Hasn't had much of the ball yet as Habuda lays the ball off wide to Lowe. Lowe will put the ball inside. Habuda had continued her run, but it's cut out and then the clearance ball and just gets caught by the wind. And it'll be a throw-in over on that far side of the field, midway back into the Gold Coast United defensive half. Kitano tried to make the ball do the work, but the wind rather held it up. She can't thread the needle through, and Capalaba will build over on that far side through India Kubin. Oh, India Kubin just showing that little injection of pace, so dynamic, such great feet does India Kubin. She scored a goal against the QAS, the team she played for in 8 matches last year, scoring 2 goals in that 2019 season. It's already off the mark for the Bulldogs this year. Good acquisition for Capalaba, who have had a good and extensive off-season recruitment drive through Ski Hennepin. Led Moreton Bay United to 2nd on the ladder last year, and you'll be hoping to go one better this year with Capalaba. See Capalaba always invested in their women's programme since entering the league a couple of seasons ago. Neat touch from Latham. Lovely pass inside. It was Tegan Thompson who didn't get all of it. Really well-timed challenge from Joy Forsyth. But that's excellent football from Capalaba, putting the ball on the deck, and Abby Lloyd took her time to pick the pass. It was a good pass in the end, but not a great challenge. Corbett let that ball run out, but it's not been seen that way by our assistant on this near side, and Corbett's going to be allowed to run here and pick her pass inside towards Farmer. Habuda's going to give chase as well. McLean spills it. It's there for Habuda. Habuda's being challenged by Natasha Wheeler. Habuda does well, and it hits the frame of the goal. Will be a goal kick. Shaky start from Jess McLean. Some discussion. Ski Hannafin questioning whether that ball had gone out under the control of Zoe Corbett just away to our left. I think he might have had a point. There might have been some suggestion that Bella Habuda couldn't keep the ball in over on the far side, far goal line either, but it wasn't given. Strong challenge there from Taylor Stevens. Tegan Thompson rode the challenge, played the ball forward, but you don't need to put too much weight on it in these situations. Forsyth just got her foot there to poke it through towards Corbett, who goes round Tiani Karaluka, who recovers well. Good start from Gold Coast United. They certainly don't have the best of the conditions at the moment. Good control on the byline. Has Corbett with some assistance. Instead, the ball's played through to Forsyth, who crosses first time. It's headed clear. Will be coming back from Anita Lesh. Murphy's going to give chase and keep it in. Good work from Billy Murphy, the Englishwoman. Spent time at Arsenal, Leeds United and Everton. She played in an FA Cup final for Everton against Arsenal. 30-odd thousand spectators, not quite that many here today, I think it's fair to say. She's been a good servant for South United over the last couple of seasons. The ball is crossed in towards Farmer. And that time McLean did really well, but lots of space for Amy Chapman now, coming back to get the ball. Kubin inside to Latham. Another player with A-League experience, W-League experience, sorry, in this team. Thompson. Nice touch from Latham. Latham's going to shoot. It's awkward and dipping, and Casafina would have been worried that that ball might have just about been creeping in. If you'll excuse us for a moment, just having a few technical issues up here. Technical hardware issues, doesn't matter. The wind's playing havoc up here, and it's about to play havoc with Casafina's goal kick, although it falls kindly for Anita Lesh, who goes down. Sorry, it's not Anita Lesh, it's Lowe over on that far side of the field. Capalaba have the ball through Amy Chapman. Chapman's going to play the ball wide with her captain, Billy Murphy. Murphy rather let that ball run, and it's going to be up to Rika Tano now to take the ball upfield for Gold Coast United, although she's being closed down by Billy Murphy. Good tenacity from the Englishwoman. And Gold Coast United will come down this near side through Corbett. Good pass from Hayashi, although that's a really, really good tackle by Steph Latham, and it's left Zoe Corbett in a heap. She gets gingerly to her feet as Abby Lloyd takes the ball upfield for Capalaba. Good challenge there at the back. Really good challenge. Taylor Stevens. And a free kick belatedly goes the way of Gold Coast United. The two number 13s going at each other. And both girls showing apparent marks on each other's arms. The referee's having none of it. The decision's been made and it'll go the way of Gold Coast United. Let's keep an eye on that one. Forsyth, that's a glorious ball over the top towards Charlie Farmer, but the ball didn't hold up as we have a momentary lull in the wind. Chapman. Karaluka. Chapman again. Wrong-footed Billy Murphy. But Kubin's there over on the far side of the field. She'll switch play back inside to Karaluka. Karaluka goes back, and an opportunity for Wheeler to press upfield. It's headed away by Forsyth, but only as far as Tegan Thompson. Thompson dodges the tackle of Forsyth, can't get past Zoe Corbett though, and Forsyth hammers it upfield to Kitano, who controls the ball well. Ball doesn't go out, still not out. It was left by Wheeler there. I don't think anyone really knew what was going on as the wind suddenly starts to howl again across us from right to left. A little loose challenge from Steph Latham, the 33-year-old, who knew exactly what she'd done. Just a wry smile from the 33-year-old. Momo Hayashi will take her time in playing the ball upfield. She goes short, in fact, to Forsyth, who will take it over halfway. Corbett. Neat little touch there from Stevens, back to Forsyth. Kitano keeps her footing despite the pressure on her from Karaluka. Karaluka staying with her. It's good work from the youngster. Here's the Gold Coast United ball, despite Karaluka protesting otherwise. Gold Coast United just take their time. To be honest, it'll be a good result for Gold Coast United if they can come away without actually conceding in this first half, the way the wind is. You have to make the most of it. If you're a Capalaba player, you'd have to think. As Forsyth plays the ball inside, it's a little bit clumsy from Taylor Stevens, and here comes Abby Lloyd, where her pass inside towards Chapman is picked off by Hayashi. Hayashi puts the ball over the top towards Habuda. First time shot, an ambitious first time shot from Zoe Corbett. Doesn't go out thanks to the wind. It's crossed brilliantly by Bella Habuda, who holds her hand up. I'm going to have to turn around, so I'll be calling with the eyes at the back of my head as the wind really picks up again. The upshot is it's a goal kick, and it'll be taken by Jess McLean, and all she'll have to do is put her boot onto it, and it'll probably sail well over halfway, and we saw, in fact, in the under-18s. Instead, she chooses to go short. Here's Billy Murphy up against Jade Lowe. Murphy cuts back. Good composure from Murphy. Karaluka comes back inside. Wheeler tried to thread the ball through to Chapman, but asked a little bit too much of her. It was cut out by Taylor Stevens. It'll come straight back at her though. Wheeler. Don't need to put that much on it with the wind as it is, and Tegan Thompson would have had to put her skates on if she was going to come anywhere near close enough to getting that ball. Give you an illustration of a wind. We're losing bits and pieces of our equipment up here. It's being clean blown out of the box. Difficult conditions to play. It's perhaps why this game's been a little bit scrappy. When the girls have got the ball on the floor though, it's been very impressive. What can Steph Latham do? She'll thread the ball in towards India Kubin, who just got her feet a little bit muddled, and it's an opportunity for Gold Coast United to break, and they'll break at pace with Anita Lesh over on the far side of the field. Something for Habuda to chase. Habuda does well up against Kathy Cooperus, but Katie does exceptionally well over on that far side of the field, and it'll be Capalaba now who will want to use this wind to their advantage. It's a through ball. It might have got a touch from Eloise Fryer, did it? It's a goal kick. Nothing doing from the Gold Coast United captain, despite Amy Chapman perhaps intimating that she did get a touch. Chapman already off the mark, scoring against South West Queensland Thunder, a 5-0 win for Capalaba in their first home game of the season. She's scored a whopping 54 goals over the past 2 seasons for Souths. Hasn't had too many opportunities thus far, but dropping deeper and deeper to get the ball. And she may indeed turn provider. A nice touch inside there to Kubin. Kubin inside to Latham. Latham back to Kubin. The clearance isn't going to go nearly as far as the players on the field think it will. It's fallen back for Murphy, in fact. Cleared away. It's going to come back through Wheeler. Get taken off Katie Kupros's feet by the wind, so he had to stretch to play the ball forward. Anita Lesh will mop up over from that far side of the field. Here's Eloise Fryer. Inside pass. Karaluka came to challenge. Gold Coast United will break. Good tackle over on that far side of the field. Really good tackle, in fact, by Katie Kupros. Because Bella Habuda could have been away there. She just stretches out those hamstrings. Throwing comes to Kitano. Buda made an attempt, but here's the ever dangerous Amy Chapman. Karaluka goes back to Crew. And now Wheeler. Wheeler inside to Abby Lloyd. Good challenge. Really good challenge by Joy Forsyth, who shadowed Abby Lloyd all the way. Capalaba will have to build from the back once again. Wheeler wanting to play those long passes. That time it came off to Chapman. Chapman has Tegan Thompson to her left. She uses her. Flags up though. That's sloppy from Thompson. If you're on one side of the field and have the opportunity to look all the way across the line, you shouldn't really be beaten like that by the offside flag. When you're running into this wind, it'll feel like you're running uphill. And I'm not entirely unconvinced that there's not a slight slope on this pitch anyway. From right to left. So it's all uphill for Gold Coast United, although the score is still 0-0. Midway through this first half. Simon Smell with you in this National Premier League's women's match in International Female Football Week. Lloyd can't get that one under control. Another good challenge from Forsyth. An opportunity for Kitano to run with the ball at her feet. Zoe Corbett rather overran it then, and Abby Lloyd's going to force Rikitano back. It was a good challenge from Lloyd, but Forsyth plays the ball through towards Corbett. Tried for a return ball, did Corbett, but it was well cut out by Natasha Wheeler. Pass inside towards Thompson. It's misread, and an opportunity now for Gold Coast with Habuda. Nice pass wide. A shot comes in, and it's off the stanchion from Jade Lowe. She had a leg injury last year, but has already found the back of the net this season. Former Gold Coast City player by way of Palm Beach Sharks as a junior, but started playing her football in central western New South Wales with Millthorpe before moving up to the Sunshine State. Nice touch from Habuda, the Canadian. She turns, tries to thread the needle through towards Rikitano, but Kitano was never really close enough. Here's Crew. Billy Murphy trying to direct traffic, instead goes back to Crew. Crew forward towards Kubin. Murphy. Ball find its way back to her. Now all the way back to Jess McLean. Patient from Capalaba, and you do feel that's been missing so far in this match, but here comes Natasha Wheeler with a little injection of pace. Her ball forwards, cut out by Hayashi. The distinctive Momo Hayashi in the pink hair. Her crossfield pass was picked off by Thompson and played back inside. Now Chapman picks up the pass from Murphy. Chapman assessing her options ahead of her. Passes to Latham. Latham has a snapshot. It'll have to be better to beat Casafina from there. Hayashi. This game's settling. It's been frantic. Probably felt that way through the wind, but not necessarily from what we've seen on the field. Nice touch from Habuda, dropping deep. She'll play the ball wide to Forsyth. Forsyth will bundle her way back inside. Karaluka did well, and Forsyth goes to ground. No foul. She'll have to get herself back into position, although Zoe Corbett is covering her there. And that allows Forsyth to challenge Tegan Thompson, who's feeling the pace a little bit, just on her haunches. So ball over on the other side of the field. Nice ball forward towards Chapman. Don't need to put too much on it though, because of this wind, and Katie Cooper's radar not quite dialed in just yet. That means Momo Hayashi will play the ball forward. Corbett has acres of space in the midfield all of a sudden. Good challenge though from Karaluka, and that'll turn defence into attack. Chapman's going to have a go from distance, awkwardly bouncing in front of Zafina, although it ended up being quite comfortable for the former Lions stopper. And we'll go again through Hayashi. Neat touch there for Charlie Farmer. Ball played forward by Lesh. It was well covered and well watched by Kelly Crew. Crew take the ball out. She wants a runner. Kubin's made a run on the near side of the field, though the option was probably better for Abby Lloyd. So Capalaba throw-in. Crew plays the ball back inside to Karaluka, and now Wheeler. Thompson stayed wide a lot in this first half. Plays the ball inside to Chapman. Chapman, lovely control from Chapman on the edge of the penalty area. Wants a runner. The runner is Billy Murphy. Murphy shaped to shoot, decided against it. Plays the ball wide. Now back inside to Chapman. She may as well shoot. It comes off Eloise Fryer. Back to Chapman. Plays the ball wide once again. It will go all the way back to Kelly Crew. Capalaba patiently building. Challenging was Latham, although Momo Hayashi's pink head got the ball away. Now Bella Habuda wanted an option. I think she might have wanted a foul as well. Nothing doing though, and she'll win the ball back though there. And should receive it from Momo Hayashi. Might happen by way of Joy Forsyth. Good movement from Gold Coast United, good adaptability. Pass forward though, the wind really took that, and Billy Murphy having an opportunity to take the ball into the attacking half. Now Steph Latham. Back to Karaluka. Latham. Murphy wants it, Murphy gets it. Now Chapman. The return pass to Latham was cut out by the returning Ricatano. She picks up the ball again by way of Zoe Corbett. And Momo Hayashi. Nice touch from Momo Hayashi. Wind picking up once again. Forsyth. Nice pass from Forsyth through to Corbett to run onto. Corbett given a bit of time. Pass inside to Charlie Farmer, not the best. Could fall for Habuda. Instead it's going to fall for Kitano. Now wide over on the far side of the field is low. And always off balance. It'll be a goal kick. Capalaba persisting with the short kickoffs. Perhaps a touch of fortune there over on the far side of the field, but Capalaba build from Chapman. Wheeler finds Thompson on this near side. Thompson has had a bit of luck down this left-hand side, and she's going to breeze past Zoe Corbett by way of a brief introduction between the pair. And she's going to win her side a throw-in a promising position in the end. There's a player down. I've just caught the back of Zoe Corbett's head, and
This will be a frustration for her. She's only just returned into the side, starting as a second half substitute, or coming on as a second half substitute, should I say, last weekend against South United. Played 24 matches last year, scoring 8 goals. The players are just going to take this opportunity to have a drink. It's not particularly hot, but the wind is making things quite tricky for all the players, commentators and officials. Has to be said, there is a little bit of concern being shown over there for Zoe Corbett. If Capalaba are to win here, it'll be the first time they have beaten Gold Coast United in competition. They played 5, lost 5 by ever decreasing margins of defeat, though it has to be said. It was 6-1 the first time these two sides met in 2018. Steph Latham goal, the only joy for Capalaba. So Meg McGilligan grabbed 4 in a 6-1 victory. And it was 5-0 the next time the two sides met in round 4 down here at Coplex. And then in round 1, a 4-1 victory here at Coplex. Holly Jarrett, Rika Tano, Kia Parrish and Momo Hayashi with the goals. Toshiko Tatsuka, the only respite for Capalaba, but then things tightened up a little bit. Round 23 was a 2-1 victory for Gold Coast United, and in the finals, as we've already mentioned, a 1-0 scoreline. It's 0-0 here as things stand, and Gold Coast United down to 10 players at the moment as the cross comes in. Abby Lloyd jumping and just getting her head to the ball but flicking it away instead of towards Steph Latham. Couldn't have done anything more though, the former Brisbane Roar W League player Abby Lloyd. Scored twice in the W League in 22 appearances in orange. Now Gold Coast United will break through Habuda. Habuda goes all the way back to Lesh. Lesh's pass eventually finds its way through to Farmer. Farmer's pass wasn't the one that Rika Tano was expecting, and Rika Tano just lets her young teammate know that. Capalaba will use the opportunity to build and switch play to this near side of the field through Wheeler and Thompson exchanging passes. They'll go back across to Kelly Crew now. Karaluka to Crew. Lots of nice passing inside their own half. Capalaba. It's when they're trying to play it forward that they've had a couple of little problems, and as evidenced in that little passage of play. Less than 10 minutes to go before half time. Lesh couldn't keep that one in. Be a throw in over on the far side. It'd be a good time for Capalaba to score this. They can work something here, and Latham tries to feed Abby Lloyd. Lloyd is going to go up against Eloise Fryer, who dummies a couple of step overs and lets the ball go out for a goal kick, which Zafina will take and will probably take short, but Amy Chapman is poised and waiting on the edge of the penalty area, so with the lull in wind, Zafina decides to go long, 30 metres or so upfield. It's a throw in though over on the far side. Lloyd does really well to get the ball past Lesh, and Lloyd tried to just get the ball through Eloise Fryer as well, but Fryer was more than a match and will take the ball upfield. Low pass through to Kitano, cut out before it reached the Japanese player, and that's a good thing for Capalaba because Kitano would have been free there to race upfield, and with her Bella Habuda was in the middle. Chapman can't find a way through. Corbett Free to continue. Gets the ball out wide towards Lesh, and Kitano's going to give chase here, but Murphy shadows it out for a throw-in, taken quickly. And Kelly Crew will try to switch play and change the angle of attack to this near side, although it will come by way of Tiani Karaluka. Now Thompson threading the needle through to Kubin. Good ball. Kubin keeps the ball in play up against Forsyth. Now back to Thompson. Thompson with the cross. It's a good cross. Headed away by Fry. Not very far though. Chapman racing back towards her own half. Tries an audacious effort just to hook the ball back inside. It could have been a shot. Zafina came to claimed relatively comfortably in the end and rolls the ball backwards to Momo Hayashi. No Capalaba players giving too much pressure. Abuda to Corbett. Abuda wanted a return pass. She gets it in the end from Forsyth, but the wind really grabbed that ball, and an opportunity now for Capalaba. Billy Murphy has some acreage in front of her. Chapman turns, tried to thread the needle through to Abby Lloyd, just unable to do so, and then Billy Murphy couldn't get her foot onto that ball either. Gold Coast United will attack. Just too far ahead of Jade Lowe, who struggles back to her feet. Latham and Wheeler linking up. Kubin. Kelly Crew. Nice movement from Capalaba this. Chapman has time to pick out a target in the middle. Instead she rather overruns it, and that's good defending from Anita Lesh. Still be a Capalaba throw over on that far side of the field, but lovely work from Lesh, 23-year-old from Melbourne. Oh, that's a nice touch. Abby Lloyd just can't get the ball under her control, and it was Momo Hayashi who ensured that she didn't. Excellent work from the Japanese defender. And now Habuda takes the ball to halfway, finds Corbett in assistance, and now Kitano, rather sloppy on the pass, but a lovely little turn takes her away from Karaluka. Low. Good defending from Abby Lloyd coming back. She just daddied on the ball a little bit there, Jade Lowe. Trying to find an option, trying to assess her options when she needed just to make an instinctive decision, you think, or you feel. Billy Murphy getting more and more involved here. Her pass forward is cut out by Forsyth. Corbett played the ball inside to two of her teammates, but neither of them were able to take advantage, and that's allowed Latham to just try and thread the needle out wide towards Abby Lloyd, who gives up the ghost as the wind takes that ball back over the byline for a goal kick. To play, just over in this first half. It's Gold Coast United 0, Capalaba 0. Zafina forced to go long, and it's a good goal kick in the end, considering the circumstances. The wind howling across from right to left into the face of the Gold Coast United keeper. Nice touch from Habuda to Kitano. Kitano with a return pass. Wheeler should deal with this. She's going to be under pressure from the Canadian Habuda, but does well in the end. And now Kelly Crew will play the ball upfield towards Latham. Latham switching play over to the far side of the field, and that is good movement from Capalaba. Here's Lloyd. The touch takes her inside and opens up the play. Instead she's forced to go back, and Crew will fire the ball across. A little bit of indecision. They do well to keep it in. Tegan Thompson. As Wheeler just didn't decide to run after that ball. Feeling the pace of this game, perhaps. Murphy. Thompson can't keep it in, and you can see what she thought about that. Disappointed in her touch, disappointed in herself. Promising position for Capalaba breaks down. That's been the story, really. They haven't used the conditions to their advantage as Thompson just gets her foot in, finds the ball to Kitano, now Corbett. Crew does well, but can only clear as far as Kitano again. Always busy, always finding herself in the thick of the action, Rikitano. Anita Lesh is going to cross. Wasn't one of her best. I think the wind's just playing on everyone's mind here, trying to force these passes, trying to use the wind to bend the ball a little bit more than they'd expect to. Or then forgetting about it entirely and hammering a ball forward, as Abby Lloyd does brilliantly under tight confines over on that far side of the field. Her cross is picked off by Hayashi though. Hayashi will take the ball out over on the far side of the field, or links up well with Lesh. Lesh finds Fryer, and Fryer does the business of clearing the ball into the grandstand. Lovely footwork from Abby Lloyd. Showed such great glimpses in a Brisbane Roar shirt. Scored a couple of W League goals. Certainly has all the talent. She's going to show it there as she skips past a couple of challenges, crosses deep towards the back post. Zafina wanted to get to it and come, but she wasn't able to. Chapman picks up the pieces at the back post. Now Tegan Thompson. This would be a good time to score for Capalaba, but they need the ball in a promising area to do that, and they've given it away now as Bella Habuda tries to find some support under pressure from Kelly Crew. Habuda does well, finds Eloise Fryer, and Eloise Fryer just takes her time and collectively allows Gold Coast United to breathe again after that excellent work over on the far side by Abby Lloyd. Fryer and Lesh playing the ball between themselves. Fryer gives that one some welly and finds Rikitano over on the far side of the field. It's hammered clear, back up to Abby Lloyd again. Lloyd this time tries to turn the corner and finds Anita Lesh blocking her path. The ball forward could fall for Charlie Farmer, who turned her back. An opportunity for Habuda, a fine save from Jess McLean. Most promising move of the entire game so far, coming in the final seconds of the first half. And Jess McLean was equal to Bella Habuda's chance, one-on-one with the keeper. Habuda probably should have done better. And by probably, I mean definitely. Great ball movement from Gold Coast United. It came rather fortuitously. Charlie Farmer actually turned her back and the ball just found its way through. Kitano swings this one in near post. It's come off Crew, I think, although perhaps the ball had already crossed the line. That's what the assistant on this near side is intimating, as McLean, fresh from her save, hammers that ball upfield, only as far as Eloise Fryer though. Rikitano coming back, was onside, plays the ball inside to Corbett. Capalaba will break though. Well, they'll try to. Gold Coast United doing a good job of keeping them in, but the well-placed pass towards Wheeler allows Capalaba a little bit of time and space. Kubin in congestion. Stevens making a nuisance of herself. It's hammered upfield by Eloise Fryer. That's one for Habuda to chase again. Habuda, fresh from that opportunity, the best opportunity of the game so far, will take on Natasha Wheeler, and Natasha Wheeler does really well. It will be a corner kick. Bench down to our right are suggesting that it might have got a touch off Bella Habuda last. Bella Habuda just rubbing the outside of her foot. Brief glance towards the bench. Another opportunity for Gold Coast United at the end of this half, a half in which Capalaba have had the benefit of a howling wind at their backs, but they've been unable to really make the most of that, you feel. Kitano swings this one in again, a difficult one, an awkward one. It's headed away, ball comes flying back in. Eloise Fry's there. It came by way of Momo Hayashi. Hayashi plays it out wide to Lesh. Lesh with the cross. It's Habuda on the edge of the penalty area. Habuda gets the ball under her feet. Habuda with the shot. It was challenged brilliantly by Tegan Thompson though. It'll be another corner. Great spell of pressure at the end of a half from Gold Coast United. As clouds are coming this way from the south. That's where the wind's coming from as well. We'll keep our eye on that as the game progresses, and they're coming at some pace thanks to the wind. That's another delightful corner, devilishly played across the penalty area all the way through to Abby Lloyd, though from a Gold Coast perspective, that's not who you want to see on the end of those corners, and that will be that for the first half. Tight first half where the conditions certainly didn't help either of the teams. You would have thought if it was going to favour anyone, it would be Capalaba, who had the strong wind at their backs, although they were unable to really test Casafina, and that has a lot to be said for the good defensive work done by Gold Coast United and their midfield. We're going to have a short break. As we come back, it'll be the second half of Gold Coast United and Capalaba, currently locked at 0-0 in this round 4 clash in the National Premier League's women's competition.
We all have a different place in the game. We play, we coach, we ref, and we support. But there's one thing that unites us. This is our story. What's yours?
Marker and cross only goes as far as he's going to go. Shot from range there, pulls it and into the goal. What a shot from long range. Billy Murphy opens the scoring. Capalaba 1, Lions 0. And Izzy Shuttleworth could only palm that one into the roof of her net. That one, I have to say that. Riding now, fantastic ball here for Klopp. She's getting fashion a shot. She does. It's over and in. What a strike, Cannon Klopp. The overlapping left back gets it onto her right foot and curls it over the top of Jess McLean, and we are level here at Lions Stadium.
Time the cross.
The keeper's out. The net's open!
Some people can't hide their passion. Don't hide yours. Join our team.
When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Happiness is knowing you'll find the perfect vehicle every time. Thrifty, smiles all the way.
Welcome back to Coplex, where we've had a very brief shower, but we might have got away with the worst of it actually, so the stream will be allowed to continue, which is a good thing. Although the wind has not quite let up just yet, so we will have the same issues that we had in the first half. We are going to have a couple of substitutions at half time. Jade Lowe has been replaced. I think Jade Lowe has been replaced. And Kirsten McGilvray, 26-year-old ex-Rabina City junior and former Broadbeach United player, who also played at South United with Eloise Fryer and Dee Thompson, is coming out onto the field. I'm not sure whether that's an injury or just a tactical replacement. Capalaba have also made a change. Looks like Annie Walker, wearing the number 9 shirt, is out there. Former captain of Rice University Owls in Houston and Texas. Not sure who she's come on in place of. And it is something of a miracle that we've avoided getting very, very wet out here. The senior game between the men's team at Gold Coast United and Peninsula Power was actually called off for yesterday due to a waterlogged pitch. The wind and sun has actually made the surface very playable and eminently playable for today. Well, I was told over 400 mils of rain fell in this particular part of the world during the week, and some of the fields away to our right are still quite waterlogged, so I can believe that the matches were called off for a reason, as Capalaba get things underway in the blue shirts, kicking from left to right, and it's Amy Chapman who wants to do it all herself in the early stages, although she runs into a wall of yellow shirts, and Momo Hayashi launches that one upfield for Charlie Farmer to give chase to. She's unable to keep it in, and it'll be a throw-in down here away to our left. It'll be something that Gold Coast United will want to peg the Bulldogs into, you'd expect. The wind, if you have just joined us, is howling from right to left, so really an advantage for the team kicking to our left, and particularly when the goalkeeper of that team is perhaps not the tallest. And you can say many things about Jess McLean, and we saw how good a shot stopper she was in the end of the first half when she denied Bella Habuda the opening goal of the match. But she's not tall, and that could come back to haunt her in this match if Gold Coast United's players get away with one. Here's Annie Walker, the American, racing onto the edge of the penalty area. It's a really well-timed tackle from Momo Hayashi. It's fallen as far as Thompson, and Thompson's shot flies over the bar, but that's the first we've seen of Annie Walker, and she has injected some real pace and real dynamism into this match. Both teams making substitutions at half-time. It's in fact Abby Lloyd who's gone off. So a like-for-like replacement, you think. Annie Walker, who does have a goal to her name this season, came against South West Queensland Thunder, the 5-0 victory. Kitano doing battle there with Karaluka. Karaluka winning out on that occasion. Really good work from the former Olympic product. Now Thompson down that right-hand side. Excellent from Thompson. So Rainbow appears behind her. Lovely cross. Casafina had to be alert. Casafina did really well in the end. We had a Rainbow a couple of weeks ago in the Football Queensland Premier League game, as that clearance from Casafina finds its way through to Jess McLean. We'll see a fair bit of that, you'd expect. with the wind howling across. We didn't see much of it in the first half, surprisingly enough. So Katie Cooperus tries to thread the needle there through towards Annie Walker. Walker was a starter for three of her 4 years at Rice Uni. She's going to have to do battle here. There's a three-way clash there, and Eloise Fryer is the player who came out on top, as she so often does in a defensive work for Gold Coast United. That ball could have perhaps stayed in, but Charlie Farmer was adjudged to have let it roll just a little bit too far, and it'll be a throw-in for Capalaba. Ricatano getting involved there, and that time it's Steph Latham who can't keep it in. She wanted a bit more from some of her teammates, you think. Lesh. Nice touch from Habuda, but the second wasn't the best, and it's played out for a throw-in. Good long throw, good powerful throw from Wheeler. Apologies, from Cooperus. Now here's Wheeler on the ball now. Plays the ball into space. It was well judged. And Billy Murphy finds Cooperus. Cooperus has a bit of space ahead of her all of a sudden. Slow to close down was Kirsten McGilvray, the half-time substitute, although close her down she did. And now Farmer with a delightful cross-field pass. Ricatano not quite fully committed to chasing that ball, and the ball does roll out. You do think that with a little bit more application, that could have been a very promising move for Gold Coast United. Ricatano held the hand up to apologise. Jade Lowe just walking back to the bench behind us now and down away to our left. Doesn't look to be limping too badly. Perhaps a little gingerly sitting down on the edge of the area. Capalaba will take the ball upfield, back inside by Cooperus. One for Walker to chase. Oh, a dangerous ball, and Casafina had to clear it by any means necessary before India Kubin arrived to put her under all sorts of pressure. And Zafina just hammered that ball away and out by the nearest possible area. It's a throw in for Capalaba. Eloise Fryer comes across just to make sure it doesn't get any further than that. Will be another throw in for Capalaba on this near side of the field. We're waiting for the ball to re-return. Just a couple of results to update you on from yesterday. Lions had a bit of a shootout. Ski Hannafin tried to play the ball and ended up kicking it against the dugout, so he's going to have to chase all over again. Not his best moment for Capalaba boss. A real slugfest at Cornubia Park. Logan against Lions. 5-3 it finished in favour of the double winners from last year, Lions. And there was 9 goals out on the range between the Thunder and Mitchelton as well. 7-2. Mitchelton ended up winning that match. The ball played inside. There's a lovely touch from Murphy. It's fallen for Amy Chapman. Chapman's shot flies just over the bar. She was always off balance. That rainbow really is quite something. Which team will find gold at the end of the rainbow in this National Premier League's Women's Queensland match? There's one from Commentary School 101. Gold Coast United have had the better of the opportunities so far, it's fair to say, although they have been hard to come by. Bella Habuda really should have done better at the end of the first half. Gold Coast United do have the wind now though. Will they be able to use it to their advantage? Walker's been bright since she's come on. Chapman plays the ball, a little chip shot over the top with the putting wedge. Pinching wedge, apologies. You can tell I don't play golf. That's a decent ball for Bella Habuda to run onto. McLean waited, and then gathered as the ball raced into her palms. Good work from Gold Coast United to get the ball there. Farmer and Ricatano, although the pass from Stevens just caught Ricatano a little flat-footed. And Capalaba are going to build from the back again through Jess McLean. It's been the best chance, Bella Herbudas. And the game not blessed with them. Conditions are awkward though, it has to be said. Here come Gold Coast United again. McGilvray. Wide to Corbett. Corbett puts a cross in. It's an awkward one, and it was almost onto the head of Charlie Farmer. Again, we've mentioned that Jess McLean isn't the tallest. Charlie Farmer doesn't have too many inches on her either, it has to be said, so probably not the player you want to be challenging for a header, as Walker shows some fast feet and plays the ball inside, and then her pass doesn't go to feet, so she gives chase herself. Full of energy, Annie Walker, since she's come onto the field. She makes her way back up into the attacking line now. Good work over on that far side. Good cross. Casafina watched it all the way. Put this onto her boot, and that'll be something worth running. You wonder whether or not Cooper is going to just let that one go and it'll have gone out for a goal kick, but we've seen goal kicks aren't the easiest to take when the wind's howling in your face. Neat football from Gold Coast United though, and Corbett has time. How's she going to use the time she's been given? Not brilliantly, it has to be said. India Kubin closing her down, and then Joy Forsyth can't keep the ball in over on that far side of the field. And an attacking move breaks down, not for the first time, and dare I say it, not for the last time in this match. Annie Walker just getting some instruction from Ski Hannafin on this near side of the field. She has been excellent since she's come onto the field, really injecting some pace and dynamism and fun into this game. Let's hope she gets more of the ball as the game progresses. Certainly that'll be what Capalaba are hoping for. It's still 0-0 here at Coplix Family Sports Park in Tallebudgera, as Corbett just again pokes that ball forward and the wind takes it straight through to Jess McLean in the Capalaba goal. Billy Murphy. Walker wanted it. Lovely turn and touch from Walker. She plays in Kupras. Kupras over the top towards Latham. Arriving late was Karaluka. Nice touch there. And here's Thompson. She's been lively in this second half. Oh, a missed kick from McGilvray. Eventually it goes out and can't be kept in by Joy Forsyth. Despite the wind howling into their faces, Capalaba going pretty well at the moment in this second half. Still goalless at Coplix Family Sports Park. Simon Smale on the call for this National Premier League women's game, the end of Female Football Week here in Australia. Momo Hayashi just headers that ball clear. And in the midst of this coronavirus crisis, you wonder how much more football is going to be played, so we'll have to enjoy it while we've got it. Billy Murphy plays the ball over the top. It's going to hold up in the wind, but Casafina comes out and claims. That ball's coming our way. Didn't quite come off the foot as Casafina would have hoped. It'll be a throw-in taken by Kupras. Wants an option. That option is Steph Latham, who plays it straight back to the Fort Collins born player. Tasha Wheeler tries to take the ball upfield, unable to do so, and now Karaluka just gets her body in the way, but it's taken up by Ricatano now. Kitano trying to thread the needle, can't bend her foot around it. And Momo Hayashi, her teammate at Nadigadisho League, and Wakayama Yungago Bell, unable to get onto the end of it, and she hairs back into her defensive position. Walker plays the ball inside to Chapman. Chapman does well eventually. Karaluka plays it behind Tegan Thompson, but she recovers and will take it up over halfway. Neat touch inside, takes Corbett out of the game. Corbett's still there though, so Thompson has to go all the way back to Kelly Crew. Lots of players with American experience in this side. Kelly Crew amongst them, played at Tennessee University where she won premiership and conference titles. Latham takes the ball inside. Chapman linking up well with Walker. Walker will cross low into the danger zone. Momo Hayashi's there to hammer it away. Latham picks up possession again though. Walker onside, crosses deep. Oh, it's come off the head, is it, of India Kubin? It was. She didn't know much about it, so Zoe Corbett will take up the charge back inside to Hayashi, and Gold Coast United will break. A bullocking run though there, interrupted by Latham. Now Farmer. Charlie Farmer wants a runner. The runner was Rikitano. Kitano under pressure, puts the ball over the top towards Habuda. Kelly Crew gives chase. Habuda cuts the ball back inside. It was a half-hearted effort almost, and we're going to see another substitution for Gold Coast United. Alex Bandalo. I think Charlie Farmer is going to give way, and it'll be Paige Taylor who comes on in her place. Good work at times from Charlie Farmer. 16-year-old, remember, scored a goal a game so far this season. Well, I didn't score last week. I did score last week, apologies. Did only failed to score in the opening game of the season, that 2-2 draw at Heath Park against Easts. Paige Taylor is on and she'll be called into action here. Closes down Cooperus. Capalaba switch play. Chapman comes short to receive. Wheeler plays the ball upfield, but it's cut off by Corbett. Habuda dispossessed by Wheeler. Still there for Gold Coast United though, and Joy Forsyth played over 80 games in the NPLW, and that probably wouldn't have been one of her better passes in the match and in her career. Looks up to the heavens that have got wispy white clouds racing across the blue sky at the moment. Some banks of dark clouds away to our right that are incoming, it has to be said, and they're bringing rain according to the radar. We got lucky just at the start of the second half and during half time, just a little bit of spitting from the sky. But the wind has been an ever-present menace in this match, looming large and affecting everything that the ladies out on the field are trying to do and have been trying to do. Good strength from Cooperus to nudge young Paige Taylor off the ball. Graduated from the under-18 side but won the Premiership Championship double last year, along with Chloe Burns, who's also on the bench wearing the number 9 shirt. She's giving chase here as Billy Murphy threads the ball forward towards India Kubin. Kubin goes round Eloise Fryer, and then Eloise Fryer sticks a boot in and gets her foot on the ball, but it took a touch, a telling touch, off India Kubin last, and it'll be a goal kick for Gold Coast United. Walker picks off the short restart from Castafina. Walker linking up with Chapman. Walker's going to have a go. It was worth the effort, and it was bouncing and bobbling and fizzing across the surface. Castafina did well in the end. Rainbow appearing once again over and away towards the coast. Here's the substitute Paige Taylor. Tried to hammer it on towards Habuda, and should have perhaps done better just to take the ball under her own control. Kitano back to Taylor. Taylor with the cross. Corbett didn't jump. Arriving late is Forsyth. Forsyth does really well. Excellent work from Joy Forsyth. Cross comes in. It's headed away, or half headed away by Natasha Wheeler. Kelly Crew fortunately was behind her and mopped up the scraps and hammered the ball upfield as far as India Kubin, but her progress was thwarted. Fortunately for Gold Coast United, Kirsten McGilvray couldn't keep it in. It'll be a throw-in over on that far side of the field for the visitors, who are holding their own here. 0-0 the score, but Momo Hayashi wants to make something out of this. Momo Hayashi! Oh my word! Well, we suggested it might come from a long-range effort. That was something quite special from the centre-back. She's absolutely walloped that. The wind's taken it, and there's not a lot that Jess McLean could do. What a strike from Momo Hayashi, her third of the season. 3 consecutive weeks she's scored in. The Japanese centre-back has done incredibly well there. Tegan Thompson is going to be withdrawn by Ski Hannifin. She's been replaced by Natalie Tatham. Fresh from the W League season with the Raw. Well, we've been saying all afternoon with this wind, it'll take just long-range shots to perhaps beat one of these goalkeepers who don't and haven't been blessed with height. In the end, it was really a wonderful strike. Capalaba have been finding their way into this match, ironically, after that goal went in, before Momo Hayashi decided to take matters into her own hands and just have a shot. Oh boy, it was some goal. Look out for that in goals of the week this week. We'd have to give a wind assist credit. But nevertheless, you have to buy a ticket if you want to win the raffle. And she bought a whole reel there. With the Japanese centre-back Momo Hayashi taking the ball up from just inside her own half, taking a touch and then walloping it from a good 30-35 metres out. There's nothing that the lady in shot now, Jess McLean, could have done about it. Cooperus, so Kelly Crew going back inside to Natasha Wheeler. It's picked up by Momo Hayashi. Is she going to repeat the trick? She might, you know, she's got time to run onto. Instead, she plays the ball wide to Rika Tano, who has a go herself, and that probably would have worked from 35 metres out. Instead, she was on the edge of the penalty area, and it was a bit too much and flown high into the car park. What will Capalaba do now, facing consecutive defeats after their 2-1 defeat at Lions last week? Both tough assignments, Gold Coast United and Lions away. Have Eastern Suburbs at home, go to Logan Lightning next week, and then face the Gap at home, so it doesn't get much easier, it has to be said. Karaluka trying to thread the needle. Momo Hayashi sprays the ball across towards Bella Herbuda, who's flagged for offside. The Canadian looks incredulous at that decision. Kelly Crew will get things back underway. Wheeler. Billy Murphy. Wanted to find Tatham, but was perhaps aware of the threat Paige Taylor was posing in an ability to cut that ball out, so instead played it short and didn't switch play. Crew is forced back. Tatham presents an option, goes back to Crew. Taylor caught betwixt and between the pair. Latham comes back to assist, plays the ball wide to Natasha Wheeler. Wheeler has space ahead of her, so she'll play it upfield. Now Tiani Karaluka. Karaluka to Crew. by way of Natasha Wheeler. Latham went to ground. Now Ricatano's gone to ground. Both number 7s hitting the deck in quick succession. Latham has to chase back. She's under pressure from Taylor. McLean mops up and play will continue over on the far side of the field. Capalaba have enjoyed plenty of possession, but it's in this half of the field that they've had it. Really, they want it further up. What can Latham do about that? Turns into a spot of bother, helped out by Karaluka. Pass forward though, picked up by Stevens, and now Momo Hayashi again. Momo Hayashi is being challenged and closed down a lot faster this time, so she slides the ball out wide to Habuda. Hayashi is back in support. Habuda instead puts the ball towards the back post, and Ricatano heads over the crossbar. Another great opportunity for Gold Coast United, who are using the elements in their favour in a way that Capalaba simply did not in the first half when they had the wind at their backs. They're being forced back by the wind, and Gold Coast United are taking full advantage. Latham's pass forward is kept in by the effervescent Walker. Eloise Fryer unhappy with that. Not shy in admitting it either. Another gorgeous rainbow behind us, or in front of us in fact, behind the play. What can Capalaba do? We spoke about a pot of gold earlier. Well, Momo Hayashi certainly found that pot of gold. Stunning 35-yard strike that will probably get embellished to 40, maybe 45 by the time dinner's had in the clubhouse later. Oh, as Tiani Karaluka's barged off the ball by Ricatano. It's a really good save from Jess McLean. A little bit higher and Ricatano would have been celebrating a goal equal to that of her countryman. Instead it's Capalaba who, although are still backs against the wall, are still in this game, trailing as they do by a goal to nil. And it could have been worse. Hayashi and Katano just exchanging a few words about what they expect from this corner routine. Katano's making her way towards the edge of the penalty area. She did have quite a lot of space halfway inside the attacking half, and you wonder whether that's not her most dangerous place with the wind as it is. Instead it's cut out at the near post, and Capalaba are going to look to break through Natalie Tatham over on that far side of the field. Now Chapman spreads the ball wide to Walker, just trickles in to Castafina's penalty area and she rolls it out. The wind did hold it up. It's an intelligent ball forward by Chapman. That ball forward wasn't the best. It was cut out by Karaluka. Latham had more time than that to find Chapman. And as it is, Gold Coast United will break down the right-hand side with Joy Forsyth. Forsyth into Ricatano. Ricatano got a serious push there from Kelly Crew, and it's eventually been picked up on by the referee. Free kick in a dangerous position. Well, this, you'd have to say, is Momo Hayashi's area, isn't it? 40 yards from goal. 45 yards, perhaps. We'll say 40. Do not rule out Momo Hayashi having a go for goal here. It's from here that she opened the scoring. She is going to go for goal. It's an awkward one. It's off a crossbar. Can you believe it? 5 metres in from the halfway line and she's almost grabbed a double. And it would have been the most spectacular brace you'd have ever seen. Well, no matter where we are in the NPLW Queensland this year, we'll have to say that that area 10 metres inside the attacking half is Momo Hayashi's scoring zone, remarkably. . Where's Amy Chapman's scoring zone? Where's Capalaba's scoring zone? Perhaps it's here. Oh, was there a hand there? It might not matter because arriving was Natalie Tatham. There certainly looked like there might have been a hand. We'll have to have a look on replay. Capalaba might feel slightly hard done by here as Kelly Crew makes a bit of a meal out of clearing that ball and gives just a glimmer of an opening to Bella Habuda, who does have possession. Crew does really well to challenge there though and snuff out the danger, and Capalaba are going to build again through Billy Murphy. There could have had a penalty, you have to say. It did look like the ball just popped up and hit the arm of the Gold Coast United defender, and that would have thrown the cat amongst the pigeons. Here's Karaluka. Chapman. India Kubin taking up the charge, although her poked ball forward is shadowed by Hayashi and Kasafina. Safina goes along the deck to Forsyth. Corbett. Fryer. Hayashi. Hayashi tried to find Rikitano. Just got their wires crossed for two Japanese women. Capalaba will build through Kelly Crew. Just over 15 minutes remaining in this contest. It's Gold Coast United 1, Capalaba 0. A spectacular goal from Momo Hayashi, who scored from 35 yards and then hit the crossbar from 40. Good work from Annie Walker, the half-time substitute. She finds Murphy. Murphy's pass inside to Chapman, though, is cut out by the goal scorer Hayashi. And here comes Gold Coast United again through Habuda. Habuda to Rikitano. Return ball to Bella Habuda. And that's two. The Canadian gets the second. Lovely interplay between Bella Habuda and Rikitano. And the way this game's been going, that might be that. Excellent assist from Rikitano. Lovely interplay between the pair. Habuda got a head of steam and long locks flowing behind her, put her head down and ran forward. She was desperate for a return ball. You could hear the scream as Walker races into a danger zone, wanted a free kick after being knocked by Taylor Stevens. Nothing doing though, and who's that who went to deck? I think it might have been Steph Latham. Copped a ball at some velocity. Kubin forced back. Wheeler. Jemima Moore is about to come on for Capalaba. Latham wants the pass from Walker. Walker's going to make a run around the outside. Rather got herself out of position, but it's inside to Murphy from Tatham. Good pass. Linking up with Chapman. Chapman can't quite thread the needle to Latham though. Still there though for Capalaba and Chapman. Amy Chapman just poking the ball over the top towards Kubin. Forsyth did well in the end. As the rain clouds gather. Chapman inside to Latham. Latham's touch wasn't a good one, and now Momo Hayashi's got a head of steam once again. She wants the return pass. Instead it's going to go to Bella Habuda. Bella Habuda all on her own on this near side is Paige Taylor. Habuda chooses to go herself. Taylor was arriving back post. I think it was a shot from the Canadian though, and it just trickles out for a goal kick. India Kubin is being replaced by Jemima Moore. Referee and Ski Hannafin just exchanging a word there. Not sure what it was about. It might have been the penalty decision, saying that perhaps you didn't see it. Probably could have waited until after the match, to be honest. Ricatano picking up the loose ball. Oh, nice pass. She wins the free kick anyway, and it never got to Paige Taylor, but it was a nice ball that turned Billy Murphy. Is this too close for Momo Hayashi, do you think? It's only 30 yards from goal. 35 probably. Danny Walker's just told to take a step back, former Rice University captain. Momo Hayashi might just pass the ball wide to Anita Lesh. Instead she's said, no, don't fancy this, this is going top corner. Fortunately, she perhaps should have gone for goal. Passing the ball to Ricatano. Didn't work out for her on that occasion. What can Kelly Crew conjure from the back? Neat touch from Walker, back to Crew. Crew's pass forward was rather aimless. And now Habuda, who has 5 goals in this, her 4th National Premier League's women's match. The blue skies of the first half have been replaced by menacing grey clouds. No rain as yet, though there is some coming. As the rainbow away to our right attests. Referee just jumps out of the way. Taylor Stevens to Ricatano, who goes to ground. Jemima Moore getting stuck in her first major intervention since coming into the contest, and much in the same way that you're loath to give a penalty away in rugby union or rugby league about 30 metres from goal. In this match, you're loath to give a free kick away 30 metres for goal in case Momo Hayashi decides she wants to have a shot. She's right on the edge of the circle here, the centre circle. She hit the crossbar from about 5 yards further back. She scored from about 5 yards further forward. What can she do here? It's a low shot. It took a touch actually from Kirsten McGilvray. It's still there on the edge of the penalty area, but Kelly Crew gets her foot on it and calms proceedings down for Capalaba, and they'll look to break down the left-hand side up to Amy Chapman. Chapman interrupted though, and an opportunity for Zoe Corbett to play the ball inside to Catano. Catano's crowded out though by a maze of blue bodies. Natalie Tatham, her season debut for Capalaba after the W League season. Semi-finals underway in the W League season, of course. Latham's pass is picked off by Paige Taylor. Paige Taylor bearing down on goal now. Tried to have a player in the middle. Habuda was arriving, but arrived too late to make a difference, and it's going to be a corner kick, although I think Kelly Crew has got a spot of cramp perhaps. She's gone down on her own, and you do hope that that is cramp, because those non-contact injuries sometimes spell something slightly more ominous. We just don't want another injury. We saw a serious injury for Deanna Thompson in the first game of Gold Coast United season, although she does hope to be back mid-season. Yeah, it might just be a spot of cramp, hopefully, as some heavy drops of rain start to fall. It is coming. Time for me to put my hood back up. Sadly, not all of us bought our jackets. Bit of attention being paid on Kelly Crew, who's been good at the back for Capalaba. If you have just joined us, you've missed a couple of absolutely spectacular efforts from Momo Hayashi. One hit the crossbar, but the earlier effort from all of 35, if not more, metres from goal flew into the back of the net. Jessica McLean unable to do anything except grasp at air, and that lead was doubled on the 75th minute by Bella Habuda. Some lovely interplay between her and Ricatano, who's about to take this corner now after that short delay. Kitano. It's a free kick because Eloise Fryer was rather too enthusiastic about trying to race and get her head onto that ball. It's a full rainbow now. We get a double rainbow over away to our right. Here's Latham. Kelly Crew is coming back onto the field. Oh, it's some pretty thick, heavy rain. We are in a rather exposed position here in our commentary position, so if the rain does get too heavy, it might interfere with our electrics. So if we do leave you, it's not intentional before the end of the game. We'll do our best, and I'll position myself as best as I can to stop the rain from flying in. And because the rain's falling horizontally, I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem if I just stay where I'm standing. Crew launches that ball forward, testing out that knee. Looks like it's okay. Walker heads the ball back inside. Momo Hayashi will get her foot to it though and clears just in front of us here. Natalie Tatham takes the throw. Kelly Crew. Billy Murphy goes to ground. The rain is really coming down now. We're going to have to call it, I'm afraid. Apologies for this. With about 6 minutes remaining in this contest, we're going to have to call the game. Maybe not. The rain is easing slightly as Capalaba are on the attack once again. Gold Coast United do just about clear. Rikitano on the ball. Zoe Corbett hammers the ball upfield. One for Habuda to run onto. She's quick, Bella Habuda. No, we're going to have to call it, I'm afraid. With 5 minutes to go, the score stands at 2-0, and we'll update you with the score on Twitter, Simon_Smale. So apologies for that. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to have to dive for cover in this match. Been an excellent match. Thank you for joining us. For me, Simon Smale. Good evening. Yeah. No, you're on it. Do you want this? Do you want this in?